So I've been working in the greenhouses while it's been raining and raining outside, and I got all of the cucumbers in this bed trellised and got the drip line installed. I ended up pulling out like the mustards and stuff at either end, even though I wanted to have some mature mustard and then plant some more so that I always have something for the slugs or whatever other critters to attack that first rather than going to the cucumbers. But it was just kind of such a pain to try and do that and get the drip line put up. So I just pulled everything out and it's all cleared. Today I need to work on this bed over here, and I was able to get the drip line put together while I still have lettuces at that end and some spinach back here that I just don't want to give up right now. So I'm going to try and work around those things. I did pull out the mustards on either end just to make it easier. So I'll be working on this end and setting up the trellis. I've got to get the boards up top, which is kind of a pain in the butt. These lettuces and my spinach over here has been kind of a significant part of salads, so I don't really want to pull them all out right now until I have some stuff growing out in the garden. And so I'm just going to go ahead and harvest some of these. I may pull out some of these plants. Okay, so I left a little bit of lettuce over there, cleared out a bunch of spinach and gave everybody a haircut, kept my kale, and then gave everybody a haircut at this end and did a lot of thinning. And so now got a lot of lettuces and spinaches, because the plan is, you know, to get some new mustard greens planted at either end, and then plant some Orach along the front here. So needed to get everything kind of cleared out. So before, when I was putting up these 2x2s as a support for the trellis, I didn't have a clamp to hold the end. I couldn't find the one I needed, and I was freaking out. I ended up getting it all done in the end, but I was afraid I was going to drop the end of the board on the cucumbers, you know? Still afraid. So Tyler tonight was telling me, whenever, was it today? Whatever, was telling me a couple of ways to put up an awkward long board like this when you've only got one person. I used his string method. Hook up one end by a string, and then you can hold it kind of around where you need it, and then so I just need to check this one. Cut this. Okay, let's see if I can not drop some of my cucumbers. I really need to get that end first, really. Yep, we want to get this right. And to the end here. Oh boy. I'm feeling much better about this. Is it split? Oh, it's there. Sawdust to the eyeball. Doop-de-doo. This is kind of goofy how I have this, but I think I'm gonna roll with it. Okay, that's on. And yeah, so this is what I'm up against. This board right here comes up partway through this board I'm trying to screw things into. So I pre-drilled a couple holes way down there, but I don't know if that's gonna work. Okay. Well, it's there. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna put one more screw in here. Like that, right? Thanks for hanging out with me, guys. My little clippy buddy, my little tomato clipped little guy, and string my string up here. I just take a little bit here, stuff it in here, the edge where it pins it when it gets closed. So I just hold it like that, and then put this around our little buddy here. I suppose I could just go right here. Do I want to get all these guys? Let's get all these guys. Okay. So clip, and so put this up here, and then give myself more room, and I wrap it like 3 times. And actually I've been rolling it up first. I used the twine or whatever you want to call it they recommended, just because I wanted to be able to work with the clips. Okay, so here's our little fella right here. Wrapped around about 3 times. And holds pretty good. And then we've got our little guy right here. These cucumbers in this bed are doing not so great as in the other bed. Got a lot of yellow leaves and they're finally kind of trying to come out of it. I think there's a water issue on this bed. Not a lot of, you know, there's just not as much water, and so they just never were able to kind of get their roots down and start digging around for nutrients so well. This guy is over here doing a lot better. I mean, it could be just a lighting angle sort of thing, but I don't know, I think it's kind of a water thing. So I think we're gonna get a little bit of sun maybe tomorrow, and I'm gonna go ahead and water these little guys with the new drip thing going on. Okay, so it's been raining and raining. But we did have one sunny day, and I decided to water all 3 greenhouse beds at once. So we've got the hose coming from the house. We've got the filter. We've got 3 hoses going out to the greenhouses. And let's show you what it looks like. Got a few of the red lettuces that got transplanted from the greenhouse that are not liking the wet weather. Okay, so see, this is what it looks like. This is not what it's going to look like eventually. Okay, so I got a quick disconnect with the basil. Doopsie-doo. And they got watered. And whoopsie-doopsies. In this greenhouse, hoses go in one guy there for that bed, and another guy for that bed. So I'm going to try the William Coleman technique of seeding, where he takes his hand and then the little groove in the hand, and he just kind of tap, 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 tap as he goes along. Because I figure it doesn't really matter if I mess this up, and if I get some practice, that'd be awesome. Oh, hey. I'm not very good at this. Well, it's just practice makes perfect. So, and then yeah, Orach I'm going to put along the edge of that drip line, and then the front of this drip line. And I think I'm not going to do that bed for now. Just so maybe I have kind of a little bit of a succession of things going. I could really do it fast if I was actually decent at it. But yeah, I'm definitely seeding it way too thickly. That means I'm wasting about half the seed, really. But this is really chunky soil, so I'm gonna have a problem with stuff coming up probably, so just as well. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to bend over and do this. I'm doing this all out of whack in wonky order because I didn't have my drip set up. My cucumbers were ready, planted them out, you know, but what should happen, put out the drip, because it'll already have been, I don't have to set it up next year, right? Well, if I get a third greenhouse, I'll have to set another setup, but, oh dear. Yeah, put down the drip, seed the Orach, then plant out the cucumber starts, or whatever starts, you know. So anyway, I'm just kind of having to work around this dealy whopper. So, pretty good progress this week. Got the drip line in both beds and trellis up. It's seedstrings, and also got Orach and mustards planted finally. The weather has been sucking, mostly like, yeah, in the 50s during the day and still in the 40s at night, Fahrenheit. And just forecast for more rain and rain this coming week. So we could really use some sun. Anyway, is what it is. And I will see you guys next week.
What? What? What do we have here? A Jang cedar?
Oh, Joe.